Hi, Evangeline and Belina. It's mommy. I'm getting ready for bed and missing you. I've been making sure that Daisy and hot sauce are next to me. So this is like Evangeline. So when I miss Evangeline, I hug it. And this is like Belina. And when I miss Belina, I hug it. Just like when I saw you on Friday for 2 hours at the DCF office in Glendora, I gave you both a stuffy and I gave it a big hug and a kiss like this, so that when we miss each other, we can hug it, hug it, hug it, okay? So I kiss it every night as if I'm kissing you. I hope you feel my love from far away. And just like when you miss mommy, you can hug Snowball and you can, and Belina, Evangeline, you can hug Snowball, and Belina, you can hug Heartsbeam, which are the stuffies I gave you, and I gave it a big kiss and a big hug, okay? So today I'm going to read Love You Forever. Belina and Evangeline love this story. I bought this book. I wasn't even a mom yet. I was working as a mental health therapist. And when I was working as a mental health therapist, we were working in the field. So we would go from either school to school or home to home, providing individual or family therapy. And I remember I had about an hour between sessions, and I found this bookstore, used bookstore, $2. No joke. I bought this for $2. And this was before I even became a mom. I always loved this story. I don't know when the first time I heard about this book, but I've been reading this to my daughters since I was pregnant. I started reading to my daughters when I was pregnant with them. And Belina likes when I sing the I Love You Forever part. And Belina is so sweet because she made her own rendition of it. She says, I'll love you forever, I'll love you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be. And then I say the my baby you'll be version. And so Evangeline says it as well. But she came up with this, and sometimes she'll just hug me and say it. And it's the most beautiful and loving and heartfelt thing. And that's the beauty of my daughters, is that they have such beautiful hearts. So today I'm going to read Love You Forever for Evangeline and Belina and anybody else who wants to listen. Written by Robert Munsch, illustrated by Sheila McGraw. And I'm going to sing the small part. Now, I just came up with my own melody because one day Belina said, Mommy, sing that part. And I said, but there's no tune to it. It doesn't say what tune I'm supposed to sing with it. And she said, but just sing it. So now I sing that part. To Sam, Gilly, Andrew, Taya, and Julie Munch. It says here. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And that's the mama holding her baby. Just like I held Evangeline and Belina for the first time when they were babies. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, This kid is driving me crazy. We know this as the terrible twos. When babies get all kinds of stuff they're not supposed to because they're exploring. They become little explorers. But at night time, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Here's the picture. The little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old, and he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath, and when Grandma visited, He always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. So he became a teenager. But at night time, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. But I tell Evangeline and Belina, even even when I'm gone one day, not gone like this, but even when, I'm old and God calls me to heaven, I said, you'll never stop being my baby because my spirit will always be with you. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes a mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at night time, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown up man. He left home and got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called up her son and said, You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick. So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. So now he became a daddy, and he knew how special it was to be a parent and to take care of your children and love you, which is what I've always done with Evangeline and Belina, which is why it breaks my heart that they would separate us like this based on lies. When Evangeline, you were a baby, when I was pregnant with you, actually, we named you Evangeline because I was watching The Princess and the Frog, and your dad and I liked the name Evangeline. When the Firefly Ray sang Ma Belle Evangeline, I would sing it to you when I was pregnant. And after 15 hours of labor, and I held you in my arms like a little tiny baby, I tried singing to you in the most broken voice because I was so tired. But I sang to you regardless because it was my song for you, my birthing song. Look how she lights up the sky, my belle Evangeline, so far above me that I know her heart belongs to only me. J'adore, je t'aime, Evangeline. You're the queen of the night, so still and so bright. My belle Evangeline. I don't remember the whole thing anymore. It's been 9 years. But when I had Belina, I had something called a C-section. And when I was finally able to hold you in my arms to make sure mommy was okay to hold you in my arms, I sang to you also. And the nurse said, "Are you sure you're ready to hold your baby? You're probably tired. You just had a baby." And I said, "No, I want to hold my baby." So I held you and she put a little pillow here to make sure, you were secure. And then I looked right at you. And the song that was popular at the time was Katy Perry's Unconditional. And that was my birthing song for you. So when I had you and I held you in my arms for the first time, I sang, "Unconditional, unconditionally, I will love you unconditionally. I will love you unconditionally." And there is no fear now. Go ahead and just be free. I will love you unconditionally. I will love you unconditionally. So singing is a big hobby here at our house. Evangeline, Belina, and I like singing. We like singing and dancing, and we like marching to the beat of our own drum. And we like watching movies with music so that when they play the really cool songs at the end, we get up and start dancing. So I can't wait to have you back home, Evangeline and Belina. I miss you and I love you, and I hope you watch the videos that I make for you. I love you forever, baby. I love you for always. As long as I'm living, and even one day when I'm an angel in heaven, my baby, you will always be. Once mama's baby, always mama's baby. Good night. I love you.